Sup guys, welcome back to the channel. Full disclaimer before this video starts, I just want to give you guys a heads up saying that the footages you're about to see up next of my PC being upgraded was filmed 2 months ago. But after filming back then, I didn't get to editing it because I've been very busy with my personal life such as work. So unfortunately, I was quite preoccupied back then. But now I had the chance to finally sit down, edit the video, and finally upload the video for your guys' entertainment. So I hope you guys enjoy, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and enjoy. So this is my new case I'm going to be upgrading to. It's a mid-tower, so it's got lots more room to work with. My old case is actually, it is a mid-tower, but it's not as spacious compared to this. This is definitely bigger. It's definitely got a lot more room to work with. It's definitely got a bigger glass panel compared to my old case. It's got like a little bubbly glass, whereas this is, you know, proper glass. And this one is got RGB, so all I need to do is just go onto the MSI website, download RGB Mystic Light, and you know, I could just freestyle and remix with the lighting as much as I like, whereas my old case was just red, stock red. Default settings red. I couldn't do anything else. Whereas this, I got more freedom to do with it. It's just got a little button there to flip through the RGB lighting to the way I want it. It's got more fans in the front, so it's definitely going to run a lot more cooler than my old case. And yeah, overall I'm definitely happy with this case. New component that I'm going to be adding into my build when upgrading the case and, you know, switching the power supply. I'm going to be adding an MSI Mag CPU liquid cooler. This is version 2. It's going to, you know, make my system run cooler, which I definitely need. It's got RGB Mystic Light, so just like the case, the moment I download the RGB Mystic Light software from MSI, it's going to, you know, I can do what I want with the lighting, program it to whatever way I want. And lastly, the last component that's going to be upgraded is my power supply. It's gold certified by Asus ROG Strix. We're going 750 watts, fully modular, whereas my other power supply is semi-modular, 650 watts. So yeah, it's just to future-proof myself. Not right now, but eventually I will be upgrading my graphics card, possibly next year. Gonna be adding a solid-state drive soon. I still need to add one, and hopefully switch out my motherboard and my processor sometime next year. But right now, we're just changing the power supply, adding the CPU cooler, changing the case for aesthetics. Put this down.
All these screws, man. There we go. Now screwed in. Always just go back and double check they're all tight, because you don't want to start clipping shit in
and then it falls all up.
You stand the case up and then it goes south of the window. So, and break it.
No.
Oh no, Brandon.
No. I know I need to add foam with this.
Yeah. We'll do that in a second. Like this? Yeah, just like here. Oh, thank God. I don't know if the other one will.
The next day.
Unfortunately, yesterday we ran out of time to finish this off, but due to Crush'em 6 schedule, so we're going to be finishing this off today. Nothing big, just need to sort out the cable management to keep it tidy as best as we can. And we already just ran into a problem, mainly just the fan at the back and the front three fans are not powering on. But we did a little test. The graphics card comes on, the motherboard comes on, and the CPU cooler comes on, which is great. Just the fans to keep this whole system cool. We just need to link the cables, hopefully. Once that's all sorted today, hopefully, once this is all done, there will be no problem. And hopefully I can get back to gaming, content creating and streaming. I'm just hoping there's no problems, but so far so good. It's half alive. We're gonna finish it off today. Let's get into it. So as always, I ran into a few problems.
Here we go again.
2 to be exact. Nothing too big, but they were easy fix, but let me explain anyway. So first problem, we ran into a problem with the cables with the fans, meaning that my motherboard didn't have a lot of the ports to use all of the fans in the case. Because my motherboard is a micro ATX motherboard and it's a budget motherboard, so it doesn't have a lot of ports to be used. So the only fans that was able to be installed was the fan at the back and the very top fan in the front, but the 2 bottom fans in the front was not in use. So the easy fix was just to order an extension cable on Amazon. Next day delivery, came on time, installed it, and now all 3 fans in the front and the back are all fully functional. So that was problem 1. Problem 2 was the CPU cooler. So if you go back in the time lapse and watch how I installed it, the CPU cooler, the way I installed it from the time lapse, we installed it into the case just like that. Tested the PC, but the problem we ran into was the CPU itself kept coming up to the temperature of 85% and shutting my computer off. So we were, confused as hell. Like, why is this not working? So we tried again. Still had the same problem, kept shooting up to the temperature of 85%. So we rang one friend. That one friend said, switch it, clean that thermal paste and switch it out with new thermal paste. So we did that, still ran into the same problem. So we were really, stressing out a little bit about it. So I rang another friend. Thankfully, that other friend ran into the same problem and he was able to overcome that problem. So what he told us to do was to swap around the fans and the part where the cool air comes out. So if you go back, you'll see I installed it like that. So what we had to do was just swap it around and installed it into the case like that, which was an easy fix because since we did that, we didn't have any problems then. I wasn't able to film it because it was such a pain in the backside to install it, so I just left the footage out for that. So yeah, so those were the 2 problems we ran into and we were able to overcome it no problem. Shout out to those 2 friends for the assist, I really do appreciate it. So apart from that, the build is all functional. The only thing that I cannot use with this case and CPU cooler is the RGB because my motherboard, as I said, is a budget motherboard. It's not a high-end premium motherboard. It doesn't have any RGB ports on the motherboard itself. So the computer is fully functional, just hasn't got any lighting. But that's okay because RGB is not everything. And as I said, next year I will be switching my motherboard soon to a high-end motherboard, a premium one to be exact. And yeah, overall I am satisfied with the build, very happy with the build. A big thank you to Crush'em6 with the help and the assists. I really do appreciate it. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel and his Twitch if you want to see more of him. He might have something there for you that you might enjoy. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Give the video a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.